Welcome. I'm your instructor, Dr. McAdoo. Today, we will examine how to structure an effective change management team and how to develop a communication plan that inspires. Next time, we'll explore what it means to be a champion for change and why it matters. I hope you enjoy the presentation on communicating the vision. When a core project team is put in place to lead change, they are the engine driving the initiative. They start by clarifying goals, making sure everyone knows exactly what success looks like. Then they map out a plan and hit every milestone on time. Of course, they keep leaders in the loop on resources, decisions, and key communications. They collaborate with stakeholders to gather input and build support. They track progress constantly, course correct as needed, and stay laser focused on the end result. At the end of the day, their mission is clear: move the initiative forward and deliver the outcomes the organization needs. Most change initiatives rely on a core project team with three key roles. First, the project sponsor, usually a CEO, COO, or CFO, who sets the vision and ensures alignment with the organization's priorities. Second, the project leader, who is the change champion, managing the initiative and keeping it on track. And finally, the project team members who handle the execution, either full-time or part-time, making things actually happen. Success isn't just about roles. It's about skills. Soft skills like communication, problem solving, and emotional intelligence. These help the team work well together, as well as hard skills such as technical knowledge or legal expertise, which ensure tasks get done correctly. The winning team balances both, combining vision, leadership, and execution to drive change and deliver results. Leaders set the vision for change, showing what the future looks like and why it matters. They don't just tell, they listen, gather employees' ideas and concerns to build buy-in. The core project team keeps the initiative on track and aligned with that vision. They provide regular updates to leaders and meet frequently with stakeholders, frontline managers, transition monitoring teams, and the change management team itself. This way, they gather the inputs they need, share progress, and make informed decisions to keep the project moving forward and on target. Additionally, the change management team drives the communications plan. They meet with stakeholders, coach leaders and supervisors on their messaging, run information sessions with transition teams, and keep the project team aligned. Frontline supervisors turn the plan into action for their teams. They explain what's changing, when it will happen, and what employees need to do while gathering input to ensure the rollout runs smoothly. Transition monitoring teams keep everyone on the ground informed. They share regular updates, reinforce key messages, correct misinformation, and listen to peer feedback, passing it back to the core change management team to keep the initiative on track, ensure buy-in, and keep everyone on message. When you communicate change, start by building trust. Share the truth about what's happening and why. If you can't share all the details yet, promise updates soon as new information becomes available. Help employees prepare by explaining both short-term and long-term plans. Show them what's changing now and what may change later, and balance your messages by highlighting both the benefits and the challenges. Tailor your message for each group so they understand what it means for them, what actions they need to take, and any choices or benefits that are involved. Connect head, heart, and hands. Explain why the change matters, how people feel about it, and what they need to do. Use storytelling to keep it simple, concrete, and relatable. And don't forget to celebrate wins so everyone sees the progress and buys in to the momentum. Change communication is not just about messaging. It is an intentional effort to reduce uncertainty and reduce anxiety and build a shared understanding of the vision. Start by clearly articulating the case for change. Why now? What happens if we do nothing? This anchors all messaging. Stakeholder segmentation helps tailor communication. For example, executives need strategic signals. Individual contributors need role clarity. Core messaging should address vision, where we're going, benefits to the organization and to the individuals, behaviors, what people must do differently, as well as boundaries, what is not changing, which helps reduce anxiety. Without clarity and continuous repetition, people fill information gaps with assumptions, which can lead to anxiety and problems. In addition to the message, the messenger matters. Employees are more likely to trust information from their direct managers compared to senior leaders who they may not have a personal relationship with. Use multiple channels so messages are reinforced. Use written, spoken, and interactive presentations to share the same message. Multimodal strategies increase recall probability. So communication must be ongoing, not a one-time event. Reinforcement at milestone points helps maintain momentum. Feedback loops are essential. They allow leaders to correct misunderstandings and adapt the messaging. Success measures tell leaders whether the communication is landing. These might include knowledge scores, engagement percentages, adoption rates, or general sentiment. Knowing your organization's baseline readiness is key. It shows how ready people are to embrace change. Past experience matters. Teams that have seen failed rollouts or constant shifts in messaging and priorities are more cautious, while a history of successful change builds confidence as well as momentum. Trust drives adoption too. When leaders are transparent, reliable, and supportive, employees engage faster. By understanding readiness up front, you can tailor communications, trainings, and resources to meet people where they are, making adoption smoother and more successful. People are people, and people are interested in what's in it for me, WIIFM, and what's in it for me. Stakeholder mapping includes tools like talking point guides and other information that helps employees understand what the effects might be for them, both the benefits as well as the challenges, and it gains buy-in when everyone knows that their voice is heard. Resistance often stems from fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of loss of control, or fear based on past experiences with failed initiatives. Employees may worry about workload, skill gaps, or whether the change is truly necessary, whether they have a role in this new changed environment. Tailored communication tackles these concerns head on. Explain the why, show what's in it for each group, and clarify expectations. Use role-specific messaging for frontline staff, managers, and leaders. Address concerns early, provide examples, and share success stories to reduce anxiety and increase buy-in. And of course, always solicit feedback. Leader enablement is about equipping managers and supervisors to guide their teams through change. This includes providing talking points for these managers, as well as coaching on how to address questions, and training on behaviors and actions needed to support the initiative. Effective enablement of management ensures leaders communicate consistently, model desired behaviors, and respond to feedback and questions confidently. The expected outcomes are higher employee engagement, faster adoption, fewer misunderstandings, and a smoother, more sustainable implementation of the change initiative. Storytelling is a powerful tool to drive engagement during change. A good story has context, characters, conflict, and resolution. It helps people understand not just what, but also the why. Stories build emotional connection, making abstract concepts tangible and relatable. Use analogies, real examples, or success stories to show how the change impacts real people, enforces desired behavior, and illustrates the benefits. When done well, storytelling moves hearts, minds, and actions, turning messaging into memorable success. Customized and individualized feedback channels drive successful change. Use surveys, pulse check-ins, and listening sessions to hear how employees are experiencing the transition. Peer champions help concerns surface and help the word spread in a positive way. Then you can act on what you learn. Adjust the messaging, clarify any confusing issues, and bust any myths that may have cropped up. Feedback keeps the change initiative on track, builds trust, and ensures everyone stays aligned with the goals. It's been said that if it's not measured, it's not managed. But there are different types of measuring tools, leading and lagging indicators, and they track effectiveness differently. To track change, use both leading and lagging indicators. Leading indicators, like manager preparedness, show if your team is ready for results. Lagging indicators, such as adoption rates and behavior changes, reveal whether the change is actually taking hold. Watch comprehension and sentiment to see how well employees understand the change and how they feel about it. Combine these with adoption and manager readiness matrix to get a complete picture, spot gaps early, and make adjustments so the change initiative sticks. Watch out for common communication pitfalls during a change initiative. One-time messaging won't stick, so repeated updates are key. Don't rely on email alone. use multiple channels to be sure that you reach everyone. Managers need enablement or messaging won't stick. And always build a feedback loop so you know what's working and what isn't. Repeat, reinforce, equip, and listen. This keeps change on track and employees engaged. A strong communication plan starts with the case for change, why it matters. Know your audience and their needs, and craft clear messaging that explains what's in it for me so everyone understands how it affects them personally. Plan your channel-specific communications and timing to reach the right people at the right moment. Define roles and responsibility so everyone knows who communicates what. Build a feedback loop to capture input and address any concerns. Track metrics to see what's working and adjust what is needed. Clear, consistent, and measured communication keeps change on track and employees engaged and moving in the right direction. I'd like to share a real-world example from Orion Financial Services. They rolled out a new customer relationship management program to improve customer insights, but leadership assumed employees would see the benefits immediately and sent only a single email out to announce it. 3 months in, only 25% of the staff had adopted the new system. Most continued using the legacy spreadsheets, resulting in inconsistent client data. Customer satisfaction scores dropped significantly. This shows that one-time messaging and lack of ongoing support can derail even the best-intentioned change initiatives. Ongoing communication, training, and reinforcement are key to success. Orion's failed rollout also exposed classic communication gaps. The case for change was never clearly articulated, so employees saw the new customer relations management tool as just extra work. Messaging wasn't segmented, so everyone got the same generic announcements. Managers had no talking points, so informal messaging was inconsistent. And with no feedback loops, pain points went undetected, leaving issues unresolved and adoption low. I'm happy to report that Orion did turn around their CRM initiative rollout by getting leaders front and center. The executive sponsor clearly explained why the CRM initiative mattered and what success looked like. Role-specific training and tailored messaging made the change relevant to each employee. Managers became the main communicators, and bi-weekly question and answer sessions captured concerns and drove improvements. Within 90 days, adoption jumped from 25% to 70%, and customer satisfaction stabilized. The lesson is clear. A structured communication plan transforms a technology rollout from a compliance headache to a strategic advantage. As we've seen, communication failures can kill or severely limit the effectiveness of change management initiatives. When goals are unclear or messaging is one size fits all, problems occur. Resistance comes from those most affected, frontline staff and middle managers. Top-down management may work for urgent directives, but it won't build long-term sustainable buy-in for a change initiative. Tailor the messages. Provide leaders with what they need to know, and employees with why the change is necessary and what it means for them. Watch for low engagement, repeated question, or rumors especially negative rumors. When feedback conflicts with the strategy, listen, clarify, and adjust the messaging, not the plan. You've got the right plan. You just need to communicate.